Well, the 2023 Cosafa Cup tournament has kicked off today in Durban. Bafana Bafana are currently in action against Namibia at the King Zwelithini Stadium in uMlazi. The last I checked, it was still goalless in that encounter. Bafana Bafana legend Mark Fish is at the venue and joins us live on the line. Thank you so much, Mark, for making time. Maybe let's just start off by the latest that is happening at the King Zwelithini Stadium. What is the latest scoreline?
Just before I came on air to you, unfortunately, but fortunately, I can update you that Namibia have gone 1-0 ahead. They've scored sort of against the run of play, but up until the goal, the South African team were physically competing well against the Namibian team, because the Namibian team is always going to be physically strong. But we've unfortunately conceded a goal, and fortunately again we have a decent crowd out here tonight, and they're trying to get behind the boys. But the guys are playing some really good football. But at the moment, as I said, they're 1-0 down against Namibia, and need to make sure that they can try and come back and even overturn the results.
Absolutely, and especially when you consider the fact that they are playing at home. This, of course, is the 6th straight year that the tournament is being hosted in South Africa. I want us to go a bit back to the days when you actually played in this competition and how it has advanced to the stage that it is right now.
I think I played in the inaugural tournament, which I'm pretty sure was 1998, before I went to the AFCON in Burkina Faso. We played against Namibia in Namibia, and I think we lost 3-2 on penalties. So Namibians have a good record against us in this competition, but certainly the tournament has evolved as it's gone along, and I think it's getting better and better, the quality and obviously the hosting of the tournament.
Absolutely. And also when you consider the fact that Namibia did pretty well last edition, so they will be looking this time around to go all the way and lift the trophy. But what can we expect in terms of this year's 22nd edition of the tournament? We know that South Africa find themselves in a group with Botswana that they play 3 days later, and then Eswatini, of course. What is it that we can expect?
Again, I think the Cosafa tournament, you expect what's going to happen is the teams that come here motivated, and the teams that come here, that players want to showcase their talent. So again, each year is there's generally a surprise, or there's teams that come with different faces and come and perform it. So again, I think this Namibian team and South Africa, the way the two teams are playing at the moment, you would expect these teams to be there and thereabouts. And then obviously we have the Zambian teams, we have other teams that will start playing from tomorrow or the day after. So again, I think it's a very competitive tournament, and I expect after obviously the first round to have a little bit more clear idea of being with the people that I work with for the TSC, and my boss, Sweetness, she will sort of guide me to make sure that we can give you the information after the first round.
Sure, of course, Mark, we are also looking at the live visuals. Namibia looking to get another one there. They are showing their strength. They are not going to be dwelling on that 1-0 lead that they have against South Africa. But also what we understand is that the Bafana Bafana players who are playing in this event are not necessarily the first choice for the bigger tournament. But of course, it's a stage that gives them a chance to showcase what they're made of, isn't it?
No. Again, I do think that it's not a go at Bafana Bafana, but as you say, yes, you're you're having some players that are coming and obviously representing South Africa. But at the end of the day, what do we have where we continue the program where we can go from a Cosafa Cup to a Chan tournament or to the AFCON. The AFCON is something we have qualified for. How many of these players will go to the AFCON? This I'm not sure of, but this is a tournament that certainly it needs to be taken, as you were asking, it's not our first choice, but taken a little bit more seriously if we want to have progress and momentum continue in South African football.
Absolutely. And just before we close things off, because this is a story that we're now going into in terms of Banyana Banyana, what have you been making of the past couple of days and the events that transpired a couple of hours earlier, and just the first contingent of players now off to New Zealand for the FIFA Women's World Cup?
So again, I think for me to hear a story like this, to experience it with the Banyana Banyana, and we find 20 then they're on their way to the World Cup. These are things that we experienced when we were playing in 1994 and 96 and 98. So it's sad that we're not able to sort the things off the field, sort it out, so that the players and the ladies can go to the World Cup and represent South Africa to the best ability on the field. So it's sad that these things still happen. You would think by now they would have been able to sort these things out, but gratefully it has been, and players are on their way now. So let's hope that they go there and focus on the World Cup.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was Mark Fish, of course, the AFCON winning football legend. He is currently at the King Zwelithini Stadium, where Bafana Bafana are trailing 1-0 against Namibia. It was, of course, Kambindu who scored in the 43rd minute. So Namibia are currently in the lead, and it is half-time there.